Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew Cherico, and I'm here with Clay Pasco. And welcome to episode 6 of Up All Night. Personally, I just got done eating some Korean barbecue and took a small nap before this, so I'm ready to stay up all night. What about you, Clay?
Absolutely. I just got back from North Carolina and I'm feeling a little groggy still and resting, but I think I'm ready to stay up all night with you as well.
And you made a list about the top college football stadiums that you visited, right, on your
I
Twitter?
did, I did, and didn't get a lot of traction. I don't think people care about the state of North Carolina and their stadiums, but that's fine. But speaking of stadiums, right? I'm gonna go into the news here. Stadium renovations. Terry Mohajer has finally announced that they are getting into motion the stadium renovations of Roth Tower and the Bounce House. So this tweet specifically says, many thanks to the Board of Governors for approving the Roth Tower project today. With this final approval, the project is now moving full speed ahead to open in fall 2026. Appreciate these kind words from UCF Board of Trustees Chair Alex Martins and all who made the project possible. So yeah, that's pretty cool. We're finally getting those
Big
renovations, and we're gonna
news.
be a true Power Five stadium or Power Four stadium now, and gonna look like it.
Yeah.
What do you think about this?
Remember, yeah, remember when the screenshots were released and every fan was complaining about how they didn't see the national championship sign on the top? I
Every
think
fan, it was
actually
Mike. It was
if
UCF
it
Mike.
was Mike,
It was
UCF
Mike.
Mike started that, and then we got a whole paragraph from Terry explaining why it was going to be there and how we're overreacting. But
Yeah.
we love a little bit of good controversy. No, it's great. It's great for UCF football. It's great for the program. Stuff like that wants fans to go to the stadium more, wants recruits to visit more. When you have a beautiful stadium, you get beautiful players. As in beautiful, I mean 4 and 5 star players. So
That was a hell of a quote, by the way. I'm totally
um,
clipping that. But yeah, UCF Mike will tell you that he was behind this, that this is all because of him. Don't let him tell you that. But moving on, Ibrahim Diallo is on the Spurs now. Look at
yeah.
that.
So there's a big thing. Like a lot of players in college basketball, they go to these summer league teams and they get an opportunity to showcase their abilities, their talents, and what they can do on the National Basketball Association level. And hopefully, he can make a name for himself. During UCF's tenure, he led, I believe, the Big 12 in blocks for a good amount of time, and that is a value that everybody should want on the defensive side of the ball. And not only that, but he's great at box out and great at getting to the rim. So best of luck to him, and I think he can go far and maybe hopefully sign a contract with one of these NBA teams.
And speaking of basketball, we got apparently have some new transfers.
Yes,
What do you think
yes.
about
Well,
that?
switching from basketball into football, UCF has been loading up Night Vision 25, as Gus is calling it. A lot of work right now in the trenches. Over the past couple of weeks, we've been getting a lot of players on the defensive line specifically. The Desir twins, Charles Hudson, and you got another big time receiver coming in at Wade and Charles, and you have Raheem Stroud on the defensive backside. And then offensive line, Andrew Stargell. So these are all players that are going to contribute to the team in the future, but he's building it up now, and these are top tier talents. UCF is currently ranked number 27 in all of college football. Last time I checked, for the 25 class of 25 recruiting class. So great recruiting by Gus and great job by the team.
Yeah, and we got the set of twin edges, right? So
Yep, yeah, they
I
can be
saw
very good. Twin you,
yeah.
baby. What are you talking
I
about?
saw yeah I saw Christian Simmons say that you could say, wow, remember that time UCF got those twin recruits and you wouldn't even know we were talking about because we this happened twice now.
It's super cool. Like we always have like our own little niches that like teams just can't relate to. Space game, Twin U, and
Twin
it's
U's are
just like
crazy. That, by the
we're
way, it's
like
a
a
crazy
unique. We're
hashtag.
such a unique campus. We're so unique for the stuff like we come up with in our creativity. I love it. I love it so much. You know what else people love? The Hot Wheel.
The Hot Wheel.
Oh my god, that was a good transition. Yes, sir. Depending on time, we might do three, but let's see what we got.
Okay, what teams deserve to be in a power conference? Now, I put this one in myself
Okay.
because when I was visiting this week, all the different stadiums, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, why are some of these teams in power conferences and others aren't? For example, App State, Appalachian State, beautiful campus, absolutely beautiful campus, a good college town. You're in the mountains. It's just amazing. A nice stadium too, good colors, good facilities.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why hasn't App State gotten an invite to the Power Five yet? This could be very valuable. And then
Yeah.
you look at another team like Wake Forest. How is Wake Forest in the ACC? They have a 32,000 person stadium, the smallest stadium in the entire Power Five. UCF has them beat out by 13,000, and we didn't join the Power Five until last year. How are they in a power conference. They've been in a power conference forever. The Demon Deacons. Wake Forest has been in the ACC for 70 years or whatever. They've never won anything significant. They have a small stadium. Winston-Salem's nice, I guess, but you don't hear anyone go, "Man, Wake Forest football, can't wait for that." No one's ever said that. So I'm like, what teams deserve to be in power conferences and what teams don't? I want to hear what, and this can apply to basketball too. Just athletic facilities as a whole. What do you think, Andrew?
To be honest with you, you made a great point. I never even thought about that. Look at Clay being original. We're not stealing content. Honestly, I guess this is just an educated guess, in my opinion. It just has to come in with the finances that the team bring in. Like outside of even just football, but like division, like one basketball, soccer, all those sports. I feel like you have to have at least like somewhat of a respectable team in each sport. And probably a lot of these teams do that aren't in power conferences. I mean, it's also luck of the draw, you know what I mean? Like depending on location, depending on state, depending on how big your college is. For example, like UCF could have easily been eligible for a power conference years before, even during 2017. They could have made that jump if there was an open spot. But there's only so many open spots and so many open conferences. Conferences sometimes don't decide to expand on some do. But honestly, that's a great question. And then it's just I think it all comes down to the funding and where they feel like they can make profit. And I'm not sure where they're really making profit with Wake Forest and 32,000 people stadium, but hey, it's a bit of a dilemma in my opinion.
Yeah, and two, and I saw some. I think I want to say it was Christian Simmons again made a point saying that if UCF with Dante Culpepper would have played in that huge televised bowl game on ESPN in the 90s and haven't gotten shafted out of it, we would have been in a power conference 10 years earlier than we were. We would have gotten more national spotlight earlier, therefore, putting us probably in the ACC or something, in 2013 or 2014 when Louisville moved to the ACC. But yeah, no, why isn't Boise State, with all the success that they've had, they're not a power conference either. Why isn't UConn, with all the success they have? I mean, I get it in basketball, the Big East is a power conference, but, you would think that the Big Ten would want them, or even the Big 12, to get UConn to come join the Big 12, that would be, insane. Would be the best, still, cement ourselves as the best basketball conference, without a doubt. But yeah, just these things make you think, like, why not,
I mean,
But
maybe you have like the grandfather or godfather program. Like, since you've been in here for so long, we're not going to kick you out as long as you maintain like a certain level of standards or such. But that's the most I can think.
yeah,
Personally.
like why is Northwestern in the Big Ten and UConn isn't? It just makes
Just
me
start
wonder.
kicking more teams out of conferences. Like have like a delegation rule. Like if you don't reach a certain quota,
Yeah,
then
dude,
you drop
if
down
college
to
football did
yeah,
relegation, that'd
like
be
in
insane.
soccer. They do that in
Yeah,
soccer, which would be sick. I think it's like it would make teams force teams to put their funds into the sports where it's needed.
yeah, like if UCF kept winning in football, like we'd get eventually be in the SEC.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, this is a good one that I saw you put.
Good one.
Who could be the biggest X factor for
All
UCF
right.
football this upcoming season? Now, I want to clarify. What exactly do you mean by X factor in college football?
I'll just mean Xavier Townsend. This is his name. Nah, I'm just joking.
Oh, that was pretty good though.
But no. What I was gonna say. So basically, in my opinion, an X factor is when you have your superstars on your team. You know what they're gonna produce. You know what they're gonna do. But the X factor is like the guy who you don't know what he's gonna do on any given day, but he can turn up out of nowhere. Like a guy we're not expecting to be so great, but can be a great contributor to the team.
Okay, I have my
That's
answer
my
then.
opinion of X factor.
Then what do you
Um,
think?
well, I have two right now. Actually, I believe it could be Panay Boone. I do
Okay.
believe that depending on the season he has, you don't want to overwork RJ Harvey. We know he's able to take that workload, but do you want him taking that workload, especially when he wants to have a career in the NFL? Don't risk injury. If they can both go for 800 plus yards next season, that would be a tremendous help. And I think if he falls under that, it'll pull out more strain on RJ Harvey. And secondly, I do have Deshaun Pace. I do think his versatility on the defensive end. I know he's been highly rated as a player, but I don't think we truly understand how impactful he can be. He can be the best player on defense next year outside of Lee Hunter and such like that, depending on how well he plays. his versatility, playing in the box, playing flats, playing deep zone, all that good stuff can change the way the defense runs.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll agree with you there on Deshaun Pace. I think it's going to be interesting because without a doubt, linebacker and defending the run was our biggest weakness last season, and it's pretty much why we lost the majority of our games. And having Deshaun there at the linebacker slash nickel slash safety position is going to be a tremendous help in stopping the run. And with how highly rated he is and how hyped he is, it's going to be interesting to see what he's capable of. And if we can just have just mediocre run stop, this team should be pretty good. But on the offense, Penny Boone, great pick. I think he's going to have a lot of touches, a lot of carries. But I feel like one position we're not talking about is as a whole, the UCF community as a whole isn't talking about is the tight end, Randy Pittman Jr. Man, you know what I'm saying?
Good pick.
I feel like
That's a really
especially
good pick.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because especially when you get these short yard situations where he just runs 5 yard outs and gives KJ just another target, another way out. This offense is gonna get very dangerous with all the options KJ has. He can break out for a run. He can hit Randy over the middle. He can hit Kobe deep. It's gonna be insane. I feel like even if Randy is just, or even Kylan Fox, which I heard they're trying out at wide receiver and not tight end. But if they decide to put Kylan Fox at tight end, it's gonna again another X factor. And if Randy can just be somewhat, even if he's just mediocre, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. That's what we need him to be, almost. Over the middle, just be another target for KJ essentially. And I think I'm excited to see what he had a good season last year. I mean, he didn't have that many catches and not really that many yards, but that Houston game, I believe he had a really good touchdown in the Houston game, and where he knocked off a defender. But yeah, if he can just get better, and if he's better this year, then I'm gonna be excited to see what he's capable of.
So I'm banking in for a hot take on the hot wheel right now. Write this down. I truly think that Randy Pittman can be UCF's number 2 receiver in terms of yards next season. Nowhere, not trying to disrespect Kyle Pitts, but in terms of play style and usage, I can see him as a guy they put on linebackers to get that mismatch, or safeties to get that mismatch, where he is faster than the linebacker, bigger than the safety, and he can be used on third and long situations. You're covering Kobe, you're covering Xavier. Who's going to be open over the middle? Randy Pittman. I can see that being a big target next year.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that sums that up. And so let's get into our next topic.
But this is a more recent topic.
Yeah, this is a more recent topic.
All right.
RJ Harvey,
Yeah,
Robert
so
Harvey Jr., my boy, my son.
This is your king. I guess you can start us off.
Well, so new ratings for EA College Football 25 came out, and he is a 91 overall. I forgot exactly what all the different attributes he has and what ratings they are, but he's just 91 overall. I believe he's third in the Big 12. Is he third in the Big 12? Fourth? He's behind Taj Brooks, Devin Neal, and Ollie Gordon.
Yes, that's right.
Which, okay, whatever. I would honestly, other than Ollie, I'd probably take RJ over Devin, and if you just look for combined yards and touchdowns, whatever. But yeah, RJ Harvey's fourth, and what is he in running backs? The 7th or 8th best ranked.
I think he was the 9th best running back.
9th? Okay, yeah. 9th. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Hopefully they can update these rankings as the season goes on. What do you think?
So going into doing a more of a deep dive into the rankings, I like the 91 overall. I do. I feel like it complements him. He deserves to be the highest rated player on UCF's offense. I like the 92 speed. I think we saw how fast he is, and you might see how fast he is later, doing a little bit of foreshadowing. But I do think that he is deserving of that 92 speed. But the part where EA is being EA once again is 74 strength, man. Come on. Are you kidding me? If you've seen graphics of RJ, if you've seen pictures of him, especially this offseason, that man is built like a tank, okay? A tank. I interviewed him, and I saw more of his muscles than his face. I kid you not. I was just like intimidated. 74 strength is very disrespectful, especially when you got Ollie Gordon, and people have seen Ollie Gordon's build. No disrespect to Ollie Gordon, but RJ Harvey is much more built than him, and there's no reason why he should have a lower strength. And we're talking about upper body, we're talking about thighs, we're talking about calves, we're talking about all that good stuff. And RJ Harvey's build is strong. It's just stronger. It's just better. I'm doing a little bit of glazing right now, but it's the
I
facts, man.
said
It's the
pause.
facts. Okay, it's the facts.
No, it's
Okay,
true. It's true.
he's
I've
just
said
a
worse.
bigger built guy. You're not gonna go up to somebody who is kind of skinny and say, "Oh, you're stronger than RJ Harvey." It doesn't make sense. You see RJ Harvey. You look. It's the eye test, Clay. It's the eye test. You see a guy who's not strong. You see a guy who is strong. You can tell who's strong by looking at them. And I say I don't need to see bench numbers to know that RJ Harvey is stronger than Ollie Gordon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it. But like, if it were to be like, a massage competition, all right, who you letting, what Big 12 running back you letting give you a massage, bro? Ollie Gordon, no. Devin Neal, not really. If I see that big muscular RJ Harvey, bro, it's over. I'm
Put the
I'm
towel
cutting
on.
that out.
Okay,
I'm cutting that out. That's getting cut out.
Leave that for up all night blooper reel exclusive.
Yeah, for real. All right, no, I think that sums up the Hot Wheel, and that gets us right into our weekly nightmare. Now, I love this. All right, this was amazing. It was amazing because Mike Gundy, coach of Oklahoma State, is a clip machine. You all know the classic, "I'm a man, I'm 40." That was him, 16 years ago when he went on that amazing rant. And he's just, I'm going to play the clip.
So I looked it up on my phone. What would be the legal limit? Like in Oklahoma is .08, and Ollie was .1. So I looked it up, and it was based on body weight. Not to get into the legal side of it, but I thought really 2 or 3 beers or 4. I'm not justifying what Ollie did. I'm telling you what decision I made. Well, I thought I've probably done that 1,000 times in my life. And I, it's just fine. So I got lucky. People get lucky. Ollie made a decision that he wished he could have done better. But when I talked to Ollie, I told him, I said, "You're lucky you got out light because you make a lot of money to play football."
So,
Those
Ollie
are one
Gordon
of
got
those ones that
arrested
make you want to
about
go
a
like
week or
this. One of
so.
those weekly nightmares that make you go like that.
Yeah. But the thing is, whatever. I don't even really disagree with Mike's point. Whatever. But I think it's just a wild thing to say out loud. Whatever, Mike. You've driven after a few beers. Okay. You don't have to say it out loud. You don't. Especially like
at that level, in that stage.
Yeah, on that, dude, you're on national television defending Ollie Gordon getting a DUI. Like,
Screw that. You're just defending drinking and driving.
yeah, exactly. And it's just like I said, it's something you don't say out loud. Like, why would you say that, man?
Leave it in private. You say, "Hey, I've done this a couple times. You made a mistake. Let's keep it." But like he could have said so many other things, like it was not excusable, but we think he deserves a second chance. He's a young kid, stuff like that. You do something like that. But personally, I think 5 beers should be the limit. Personally, like no, it doesn't matter at that point. Once you're over the blood limit,
10 beers. That's where I draw the line. All right,
10 beers.
10.
All right, you can have 9.5 beers behind that wheel, but as soon as you're on the 10th one, no sir.
Exactly.
So I just don't agree with that. He could have said a lot of other things instead of going into the details. Like even he said, "I'm not going to go into the law side of it," and proceeded to go into the law side of it.
Yeah. But,
so that's kind of funny. But
speaking of media day, so we're gonna bring back the throwback segment here. And for today's throwback, I wanted to remind us of why we love UCF football. Why this UCF team this upcoming year in 2024 is gonna be so much fun to watch. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip.
That's it. Remember when I talked about speed, right?
Oh yeah, speed,
Yeah,
indeed.
speed.
I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip.
Just so happens that DeMar Henderson. Oh, here we go. Here goes R.J. Harvey. Take it off. Harvey inside the 20. 92 yards.
By the way, I'm in that crowd somewhere.
Such a legendary game. Literally.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Such a legendary game.
It revived. Like at that point, I was done with UCF football before that game. Like I was like, bro, like I don't want to go today, but like it's UCF. Like it's a college football. Like I gotta be there, even if Oklahoma State just beats us up. I get it's a space.
It was super rainy that day as well.
Yeah, it was just not a good day, and my tailgate kind of sucked, and I was like, bro, okay, like I guess like I might leave at halftime. I don't really believe in leaving at all a game, but I was like, they might blow us out, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
And I was wrong. It was probably the most fun college football game I've been to in my entire life. Even when it rained, it was still even more fun because like we're like everyone's wet and whatnot. Pause, and we're all just having a good time. And yeah, I'll never forget it.
If you remember, UCF came out the gates blazing. They were deep passes every play, big yard runs. And if you even saw that play, you saw Javon Baker chasing after RJ. Not speaking from experience, but I heard running with a football just slows you down a tad bit longer. So that's why Javon was able to catch up. But it was still super impressive to see that run, that burst of speed, and that whole game, like in general. It's one of the first games I got credentialed for a UCF football game. I saw JRP a question after the game, and he just said it was like one of the most juiced performances of the year. Like the fans were juiced up, he was juiced up, not steroids wise. Okay, I'm not trying to get anybody fired or cut, but like in terms of like having the excitement in the crowd, and it was just I would say almost like a once in a lifetime experience kind of a thing. Unless UCF does it again next year.
Yeah, no, I agree. And, we rushed the field. And it's funny because I brought my friends who go to Embry-Riddle with me. And they put money on the game for UCF to lose. They bet on the UCF spread to lose. And they bet on, like, Ollie Gordon was projected to have, like, over 120 rushing yards. And they bet over. And they were so pissed. They were so mad. And I think they left in the third. They left in the third quarter. And I stayed. I continued to stay and whatnot. And
that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was just an amazing game from start to finish. But but speaking of Big 12, this gets us right into our scouting report. Now today we have the Iowa State Cyclones, and I watched their media day yesterday just to get a good look on them, and they talked to Matt Campbell, which actually you can go watch right now on the Sun's Instagram. I've edited all those reels of all their interviews and whatnot. But Iowa State is an interesting team, and I feel like every Big 12 team is interesting, but this one's especially interesting because they started the most amount of freshmen in the Power 5 last year. They had, I want to say, 9 of their 22 starters were freshmen, and that's crazy to have that many freshmen, starting for you in their year one on both offense and defense. Rocco Becht was also a true freshman, the guy pictured in the photo, and he was good. He was damn good, I'd say, at Iowa State, and he's only projected to be better. And defensively, they have one of the best, probably top 3, maybe even top 2, right under Utah, best defense in the Big 12. I mean, a lot of young talent. They have Will. They had Will McLaughlin, I believe is his name, is linebacker / defensive end, and he's just an absolute dog. He's projected to go in the first, second round of the 2026 NFL draft. And they also lost a corner to the draft, T.J. Tampa, I believe his name was, who's also an absolute dog at Iowa State. But this is going to be a tough game, tough road game. I would not be surprised if we drop this one to Iowa State, especially if it's at night in Jack Trice Stadium in Ames. It's going to be, they did well in the transfer portal as well. Matt Campbell's a good coach. Even with, like I said, the most amount of freshmen starting in the Power 5 on a single college football team, they were able to go 7-5. They went 5-4 in the Big 12, which I think is insane. Just to do that with that kind of talent,
Yeah.
But it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, when I think of Iowa State, I think of defensive monster, all right? Like, everything just screams defense. And if they were able to maintain their defense and even improve on offense, they're a very scary team next year in the Big 12. I originally had them as a B rating. I have to move that up to a B+. I think they're definitely a scary team to look out for next year, especially on the road.
Yeah. If it's at night too, I might go up to an A- if that's a night game. Because, like I said, Jack Trice Stadium at night. I mean, what else is there to do in Iowa? Nothing. So they get down for these football games, dude. They get down. Shucking corn. I mean, who even lives in Iowa? Anyways,
Iowa.
I just dissed Iowa for some reason. But this goes next into our over under. Oh, that wasn't meant to be up. So our fellow Suns, our fellow guys are in Vegas right
While
now.
we're recording.
While we're recording, I know we somehow didn't get the invite, but no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, over under. So they're in Vegas. And I know Trace Truggle. I know that man likes to gamble. I know he likes it. I don't know. That's just I made that up, but maybe he does. I can see Trace as I could not see Trace as a guy who likes to gamble. He's very reserved. But maybe Adam, maybe he likes to gamble. But they're currently in Vegas, and we want to set a line on the over/under amount of money gambled total in Vegas. So how much do you think they will gamble, if at all? Andrew, what do we think? What do we set the line at? $50? You think they're going to gamble more than 50 combined?
I'll
Less than
say a
50?
fair line is 100. Fair line's 100.
100. Okay.
Yeah, so between Adam and Trace, and if you want to consider Robert as well.
Yeah, Robert too.
That's around $33 a person if we're doing 3 between Adam and Trace. That's $50 a person. So my bet right now, I'm going for the over. I feel like Trace is somewhere right now in a Caesars hotel, putting a $100 bill on the blackjack table. I love you, Trace. I hope I don't get you fired. I'm just making this all up from my head. Please don't actually take this real seriously. But yeah, he might be somewhere at a blackjack. I see Trace being a blackjack table, like kind of guy who says hit me or stand. You know what I'm saying?
I see Trace as a guy who like will go in and gamble, and then he'll like lose like the first game, and he'll get up and leave and won't come back.
Yeah, fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
Like he'll put down $5 on blackjack, and he loses, and he's like, "Yep, I'm out. Let's go."
What's that? What do you think Adam's game of choice is?
Oof.
Is Adam like a poker guy? Is he a slots guy? Is Adam a craps guy?
He definitely. I could see him engaging some craps for sure. You know, maybe some penny slot. I could see Trace on the penny slot because it's affordable. You know.
Okay, fair.
I feel like Trace is very frugal. I peg him as a frugal guy, so he's gonna be on the penny machines, the penny slots. You know, with probably some someone with an oxygen tank next to him. Have you seen those? Like, I remember one time I went to a casino, and like a lady like had her oxygen tank. She was older, and she was smoking on the penny slot machine.
Hey man,
with the oxygen, I thought that was crazy.
If you're not living life like that, then you're basically dying.
Literally, yeah, she's living life on this. She doesn't. I mean, what?
Hey, she's gonna die doing what she loves, man. Either rest in peace or good luck to her. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a while now.
She lived the way she loved, but
You know what else I love? I love some good suits, Clay.
The thing is you love a good suit.
I love a good suit.
What's your favorite suit?
I liked. Well, maybe instead of just talking about my favorite suit, we could talk about the top 5.
We could talk about the top 5.
Day.
Best dress. Who's the best dressed at the media day today? Here's kind of a wide photo of what they looked like. Now, what do you think? I'm gonna go and actually play the clip. There's a clip we have of all their different suits. So here that is.
You can tell 2024-25 will be a very exciting year for the Big 12. The Big 12 will always be ambitious because that's who we are.
So those are all the different suits you can choose from. And I already know who I think the most dapper guy is.
All right. So I'll go with my top 5 in a row, and then you go with yours. But
okay.
To start off at number 5, I have KJ Jefferson. Doing a little bit of a suit analysis. He has the Prada glasses on, very, very strong shades. He has the gray suit. I just feel like the contrast, it could have been a little bit more flash, but KJ is kind of like a more reserved guy anyway, so I never expected him to like pop out super flashy. And trust me, number 5 on this list is very, very respectable because there are some really good suits on this list. And at number 4, it was tough. Almost changed my mind right now, but I do have Kobe Hudson. I am a fan of the black and white, but I don't like the vest in the middle of it, making it a 3-piece. I enjoy the 2-piece. I like the glasses. I like the style. He had the hair back. Greatly dressed. Let me just say that everybody showed out where they needed to for Big 12 Media Day. At number 3, I'd have RJ Harvey. I enjoy the black shades on the black suit. It gives me like Men in Black, but better vibes. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, I love the bow tie. Bow tie is the way to go. Bow tie is the way to be. And it just looks good. You know what I'm saying? At number 2, I have Lee Hunter. That man has not only a 3-piece on, he has a chain and the bow tie. And it's white and black. How much more classier of a man can he be? And we all love Lee Hunter's personality. He's a great guy. And at number 1, I have the Sean Pace. I like creativity. I love uniqueness. And if you look at everybody's suits on this page, one pops out from the other. And that is the pink suit of Deshaun Pace. I love the pink suit on the pink bow tie. The chain with the big D on it. That stands for Deshaun. I believe so. Could be wrong, but I believe that's what it stands for. And I just like the way it looks. I think it's a great suit, and I like the creativity of it. What do you got, Clay?
All right, so I have a bit of a different approach. So at 5, I have Kobe Hudson.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a basic look. He looks like, he by the way, no one on this list looks bad. None of them look bad.
Yeah.
They look great.
Yeah.
But in terms of personalities, I just think, I think him and RJ kind of got the same thing going, but I think RJ pulls it off a little bit better. So I got Kobe at 5. All right. And at 4, I have KJ Jefferson. Now I gave him the leg up over Kobe because in the media day he said that his mom picked out his tie, and I think that's very
I
nice.
didn't even know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, he said that in the interview that his mom picked out his tie. So I was like, you know what, I gotta put him up. That's kind of cute, He said he FaceTimed his mom and he picked out the tie with her. So I'll put that at 4. That's pretty cool. At 3, I'm going to Sean Pace.
Okay.
I like the look. I like it, not as much as you do. I like the creativity. Not a big fan of the chain there. Not a big fan. I don't think it complements the outfit as well as without, or maybe with a different chain. So I put that at 3. At 2, I have Lee Hunter. All right, that white jacket is just everything. It's just
It is so
such
good.
a good look, man. Such a good.
both have
look. But
Lee
at 1, my sunshine, RJ Harvey. Now it's a fine suit. It's a pretty basic suit. But the thing is, though, it's not about the suit. It's about who's wearing the suit. It's RJ Harvey, bro. That man could be wearing his birthday suit, and I'll be like 10 out of 10. Like no one rocked it better.
This
You know what
might be
I'm
worth glazing though. I was talking about his body build.
Oh my God, bro. I'm a RJ Harvey glazer to the max. If RJ Harvey has no glazers, then I am dead.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed our top 5 suit list. Let us know what you think in the comment. Who rocked the suit the best? You'll be seeing this a little bit afterwards, so maybe you would have had time to make up your mind. But Clay, it's getting dark out.
I'm getting a little tired, being up a while. Even with the C4 right here, product placement. Even with the C4 right here, I'm fighting the tiredness right now. So I think we've officially been up all night. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Hope you enjoyed the episode.